Taking things to a higher level, let us now go to the FAM SR 800P9 from Codelco, Chile. This is a rotary shovel that moves at a speed of 15 meters per minute. As if that's not enough to increase the total productivity, it also has a bucket that can reach up to 25 meters high and is also 52 meters long. In addition, this innovation also has a removal disc with a diameter of 19 meters. Adding all these features up, this machine is capable of reaching a maximum capacity of 14,500 tons of rubble per hour. This is impressively 4,000 tons more than what its predecessor can handle, hence making it worth every penny. To fit for the modern generation we're now experiencing, we have to introduce you to the new generation Wagner 4-wheel drive log stackers, also known as the Wagner 4-wheel drive log stackers, a machine ideal for operation in unimproved and muddy yard conditions. The 4-wheel drive models range from 60,000 to 160,000 pounds of lift capacity, have a rear oscillating axle, and a minimal center of gravity shift. This makes it possible for the units to remain directly behind the load, providing excellent stability with no loss of capacity in a turn like big wheel loaders. Selected 4-wheel drive models also give the operators freedom to disengage the rear axle when seasonal ground conditions improve, thereby reducing axle wear and improving fuel economy. Aside from that, it also has other interesting and amazing features such as faster hoist speeds, ground-level service bay, lighted stairways, force-cooled wet disc brakes, easy-access cooler bays, selectable automatic transmission, and this line of machines is also powered by a Tier 4 final engine to ensure the successful completion of tasks. When it comes to processing steel, Otto Klosterman is one of the trusted go-to companies. Their company uses an innovative machine fleet designed to perform tasks such as unique cutting, cold forming, and fine plasma techniques. If the steel needs to be processed to transform it into either fine, medium, coarse, and lining plates, whether it is done in normal, in rust, heat, and acid-proof versions, you can count on them. This company also does not mind the size of the steel because they are equipped to process even the large steel profiles, especially in the forming technology using press brakes, as well as bending steel products in non-standard sizes. But how do they do this? The Otto Klosterman GmbH is a cast-drop roxel that makes use of forming technology. This is a process where the steel can be folded or bent. Their machines apply great force so that the sheet metal produced can be processed into specific shapes. It can even work with customization or bending of steel products outside of the standard or usual size. Thanks to all their modern machinery and engineering, they were able to make edge profiles from sheet metal of up to 20,000 millimeters in length and up to 200 millimeters in thickness. This end product is an essential material in construction of buildings, bridges, and other engineering structures. Ever since the 1950s, the Sylvenstein Dam in Bavaria, Germany has already been used. Since a lot of time has already passed, the dam has already had some damages and is already starting to wear out. Although this is normal considering the number of years this dam has been in service, these damages should never be ignored since it causes many other problems. As a solution, The Bauer Specialaufbau GmbH, which is a German-based company that provides foundation engineering and construction services, was commissioned to carry out the rehabilitation of this dam. The company is already experienced when it comes to similar projects, and this time they will be working with strengthening of the foundation, upgrading of the spillway, and installation of new gates. Bauer employed a process known as jet grouting to strengthen the foundation. In order to generate columns of increased soil strength, this included pumping cement grout into the soil. The columns supported the dam and guarded against distortion. The construction of new reinforced concrete slab in place of the old concrete slabs was part of the spillway renovation. To enhance the capacity of the dam to regulate flooding, Bauer also installed additional gates and related equipment. To secure the security of both employees and the general public during the project, Bauer implemented strict safety measures. 2019 saw the project's successful completion, and the restored dam is now capable of withstanding any natural calamities like floods and earthquakes while maintaining a steady supply of water to nearby towns. A Belgian business called Jean Denot Group is focused on building and maintaining maritime infrastructure, including dredging, offshore energy projects, and civil engineering tasks. The construction of the Erbeck Bridge in Germany was one of the tasks taken on by Jean Denot Group. Germany's Erbeck Bridge spans the River Saale and is a cable-stayed structure. It was constructed to take the place of an outdated bridge that could not keep up with the growing. Pruning is a horticultural, arboricultural, and silvicultural practice involving the selective removal of certain parts of a plant, such as branches, buds, or roots. This process is important so that dead and dying branches are removed, making way for new growth and at the same time prevents pest and animal infestation, hence improving the natural shape and healthy growth of plants. To help with your pruning needs, we have the Wood King Classic Pruning Saw. Even with this machine has an estimate weight of 210 kilograms, its operating speed is still at an impressive level of about 8 kilograms an hour. This is also very helpful in pruning big trees since it has a cutting width of 2100 millimeters and saw blades with 60 wider tipped teeth. On top of that, its boom can extend up to 1200 millimeters to the side, complete with a hydraulic drive with 3 special carbide tipped saw blades. Next up, we have the asphalt cutter from the RF System AB. It has cutting wheels that drive diameters from 300 to 450 millimeters. These diameters are adjustable depending on your needs and the type of excavator it will be working with. Their company also offers services on asphalt cutting specially intended to work with ground compactors, therefore simplifying asphalt cutting significantly. Moreover, some of its accessories are the asphalt cutter cutting wheel, complete cutting wheel with hub, rods, and bolts with spare parts. To manually pull the rope thanks to its rigging arm, and the ferrule is tightened so the hydraulic press can also tighten the wire rope together. Powered by a 125 horsepower John Deere or Cat turbo diesel engine, the Cord King CS27-40 is a machine that has the production rate of 8 to 9 full cords per hour. This is possible because of its 60-inch carbide tooth slasher saw and cut and split cycle time every 3.5 seconds. It also has a splitter force of 42 tons and an operator safety cage with roof and deluxe seat. Aside from that, its maximum log diameter is at 27 inches, while the maximum log length is 40 inches, all while consuming just 3 gallons per hour of fuel. Producing wire uses a process similar to producing threads, where the first step always includes a single steel wire. For a sure success of this process, each wire is examined if they have the right properties like strength, flexibility, and durability for high-quality wire rope production. Using a reel, steel wires are winded in it while spools are being loaded into a stranding machine. This machine is assigned to twist the steel cables together until the desired strand or length is made. As it travels through dies and rollers, the stand formation is also modified. The continuous twisting of many strands together creates the end product, which is the wire rope. To ensure accuracy, the diameter of the ropes are checked from time to time. This is done to know if the strands are sufficiently compressed. After all that, they will run an endurance test to test the wire rope's properties. Then, once this is done, the finished rope will be kept on a bigger reel and delivered to the client. If you want to see a 40,000 kiloton hydraulic swinging a 6-inch diameter wire rope, stick around for the Sam Splice GmbH. For this to function properly, a ferrule needs to be placed between the machine's hydraulic jaws. Then the wire rope is formed into an eye loop by bending it. This will now be threaded through the ferrule's one end to the other. After threading it, the wire rope loop is pulled while making sure that an aluminum piece is placed inside. Finally, operators no longer need to The next machine is TigerCat's 632H skidder, with higher capacity grapples and the strongest rear axle for extreme duty cycles and highest volume demands. It weighs 48,200 pounds, 23 feet square high, and is powered by a 285 horsepower engine. It also has a feature named Turnaround 220, which enables the operator to lock and release the 220-degree rotating seat to any position in just a touch of a button. Aside from that, it also has a 4-point harness that makes challenging terrains feel a lot tamer. This machine also has an electronic control technology that works with TigerCat's unique hydrostatic drive system. This makes the skidder capable of operating at an automatic variable engine RPM, hence improving fuel economy. Also known as the world's largest pole pan scraper, the K-Tech 1263 ADT is undoubtedly one of the most impressive machines in the market. This mega scraper was designed to move millions and withstand long-haul massive earth-moving projects. This scraper has an ultra-high capacity bolt-together design that enables simpler maintenance and affordable international container shipping. Aside from that, the standard roller push block on the back of the scraper is smoothly matched for push support loading for swift cycle times of the 63 cubic yard, 48.1 cubic meter heaped capacity scraper. Traffic volume. The bridge's main span, which spans 210 meters in length and weighs roughly 1,000 tons, was built by Jean Denot Group. A barge-mounted crane was used during the main span's construction, and it was lifted into position between the bridge's two abutments. The bridge's pylon, which rises to a height of 85 meters and supports the cables that support the main span, was also built by Jean Denot Group in addition to the main span. Precast concrete segments were used to build the pylon, and they were put together on site using a special lifting method created by Jean Denot Group. To protect both workers and the general public, Jean Denot Group implemented strict safety precautions throughout the construction process. Just in 2013, the project was concluded. The Urbik Bridge is now one of the most essential transportation links for the region that ensures motorists and pedestrians have an access to safe and efficient crossing. Jean Denot also took other projects just like the deepening of the Tarkati port in Ghana. Let's walk you through some parts of that. In Ghana, one of their ways to trade to and from West Africa is through the Takoradi port. This is why it's also considered as one of the main commercial ports in Ghana. The people in charge of the port wanted to increase the competitiveness of the port, and one of the solutions they thought of was to do the deepening project. Once done successfully, the port is expected to be more capable of handling larger vessels. The task of the Jean Denot Group was to remove around 2.5 million cubic meters of sediment from the seabed. If you really think about it, this is quite a lot. So the company used their trailing suction hopper dredgers to remove the sediment and dispose of it at designated locations offshore. Jean Denot was also tasked to build an access channel to the port. It was also part of the plan to expand the turning basin so that larger vessels can be accommodated. To ensure safe passage for ships entering and leaving the port, the business also erected new navigational aids and carried out detailed surveys. To protect both workers and the general public, Jean Denot Group implemented strict safety precautions throughout the project. 2019 saw the project's successful completion, and the deepened Takoradi port now acts as a crucial entry point for trade into and out of West Africa, fostering economic development in the area. The UK-based Keller Group is an expert in geotechnical solutions, such as ground engineering, foundations, and drilling services. Large diameter shaft drilling is one of the services offered by Keller Group. Building vertical or inclined shafts with diameters between 2 and 8 meters is required for large diameter shaft drilling. Mining, civil engineering, and infrastructure projects are just a few of the main uses for the shafts. For drilling big diameter shafts, Keller Group employs a range of drilling methods, including raise boring, rotary drilling, and conventional drilling. The approach selected will rely on a number of variables, including the geological conditions, the shaft's depth, and the size of the required borehole. The adaptability of big diameter shaft drilling is one of its main benefits. Depending on the needs of the project, either vertical or inclined shafts can be built using this technology. With this method, deep holes up to several hundred meters deep can also be built, which is advantageous for mining and underground infrastructure projects. To protect both workers and the general public, Keller Group takes extreme safety precautions while drilling. A lot of testing and monitoring is also done by the company to make sure that the shafts are stable and intact. In addition to large diameter shaft drilling, Keller Group also provides its clients with a wide range of additional services, such as grouting, soil stabilization, and ground enhancement. Finally, we have the manufacturing process of Atlas pipe piles. Using electric resistance welding, Atlas is able to weld straight-seamed pipe piles. They make use of the process where two coppers are put into contact with each other so the electrical current can be passed. This electrical current will move through the strip edges of the coil, then this will cause the heat to build up on the strip. Let's continue watching this clip to learn some more. You've seen the